Hello students, I am Ishan Trivedi. Welcome you in the video lecture series. Today I am going to discuss about urban forms and urban structure. In this session, I am going to cover urban forms, urban structure and type of urban structure. So let us understand the urban forms. The spatial pattern or the arrangement of individual elements such as buildings, streets, park and other land uses as well as the social group, economic activities and public institution within an urban area are recognized as urban form. The function of urban transportation is to provide the linkages between points of residence and the employment. These things were already discussed. Besides of facilitating the large scale of industrial and commercial activities which lead to the development of urban area. Here, few factors are there that you have to understand while deciding the urban forms. These are land use, layout of a city, housing or building type, population density, and transport infrastructure. Transportation affects the urban form and the geographical growth of an urban area. If there is uncontrolled growth of a town or the growth is not properly planned due to just increased urbanization and the quality of life in an urban area may decline due to uncontrolled growth just because of increasing in the urbanization without the benefit of planned expansion of housing, transport and other needed infrastructure. Here we have to understand the various forms of this urbanization, and these forms are of finger type, radial and circumferential, linear and grid pattern. Some of these are very familiar and you have already understood in other subjects as well. So we will just briefly go through these forms. Above of all these, the present decision of transportation will influence the future form of the city. Wherever a major transportation facility is being planned, the planner must take into account various physical, sociological, economical, political, human, aesthetic, and technological factors that are encountered. Here, what is the goal? The goal is to improve the physical quality of urban environment. Here, planner must consider the visible form and the hidden forces that are applicable or that are going to change in the future. So let us study these urban forms. First urban form is finger type. See, you are familiar with this type of shapes. This finger type denotes the formation of major traffic corridors in the radial form from the CBD. It goes centrally outward and intense development is being done along these major corridors. The wedge areas, or you can say wedge shapes between this radial road or corridor get filled gradually. Here, one example is being given. This is the road network of Copenhagen. You can see the road network is centrally outward and the development has been occurred at the major corridor. And as I have said, this is a long-term process, and as the development has been come up or done, the corridor will get filled gradually. Next is radial and circumferential pattern. This is more suitable for the bus operation as the routing can be flexible. Here this radial pattern is useful for the routing, and second is these bus systems runs on these major arterial routes, whereas the circumferential routes can be functional as the feeder system, and this is how the entire system can be suitable for the bus operation. Chennai city is one of the ideal example for this type of pattern. Even in Ahmedabad, you will find the similar pattern. Here, I have seen you the representative image so that you can understand that the circumferentials are just used for the feeder services which are in the ring form, and the roads which are coming centrally outward, you can say radial road, and these are nothing but the arterial road of a city. And here you run major transport services. It can be a rail or a bus. Next is a linear city. These can develop main traffic corridors along the length with feeder route by bus. This type of urban form is also known as a ribbon development, which is characterized by the concentration of development along both the side of the corridor, or you can say a major transportation route, such as roads, railways, or any navigational river. Mumbai is one of the ideal example for such type of development. Here, the Western Corridor as well as the railway network divides city into eastern and western part, which is Eastern Mumbai and Western Mumbai respectively. Next is grid or orthogonal road system. This is usually for the buses, which is developed in planned cities in advanced countries. For example, New York. Even if I'm talking about India, then there are few cities which are planned according to grid iron road system. These are Gandhinagar and Chandigarh. Here I have shown you the map of Chandigarh. You can refer the detailed land use pattern and the how the Chandigarh has been developed. Even you can refer the Gandhinagar development as well. These are the case studies, and that you have to learn that how the city has developed and expanded. Next is urban structure. Here you have understood the spatial formation. This spatial formation is nothing but the urban form. But you representative with its footprints, you will get the urban spatial structure. Here you can see the structure of an urban area in regional setting in the form of rings. The centrally you can see the rings are there. The density of population is maximum near the center, or you can say CBD. Here the varieties of categories of industries, whether it is of retail or CBD or the housing, or these categories are given to you. The density reduces as the distance from CBD increases, and as I go away from the CBD, the density or the population concentration is going to be decreased, and in the rural area this density is minimum. Based on the urban form, this structure formally combines the urban form through the urban interaction with a set of organizational rules into a city system. Here you can see the relief pole. The pressure of population in a metropolitan city can be reduced if a few urban nodes are developed outside the city area, and these nodes are nothing but these relief pole. They have the same characteristics, that central area is there, then peripheral activities are there, then central activities are there, and these relief pole is just established to reduce the flow of the population. So the urban structure may be defined as a particular articulation or arrangement of adopted species or different type of land use or lands in a particular area. It reflects the character in a way in which the population, employment, and other economic activities are distributed in the urban area. Here, the intention is clear that you have to release the pressure of population concentration in the metropolitan area, and the activities has to be divided, and for that we have the relief poles. You can see in the this image, see above of all this CBD there are nodes are there where certain activities can be performed. Furthermore, types of urban structure. There are various types of urban structure. First is centripetal type of urban structure, gridiron type of urban structure, linear type of urban structure. First is centripetal type of urban structure. There are various important features of the centripetal type of urban structure. Here, the community center activity is been located here and the households are at the peripheral level. While the number of community centers are directed towards the district center, you can see here the district center is there. Then finally these district centers are connected to the regional center. Similarly, the other district center which are connected to other household are also connected to these regional centers. As the household supports areas like rigidly defined, or you can say it is very rigid in nature. This structure does not easily accommodate any changes or any activities which are going to be implemented in future development plan, and thus the transport network do not provide any flexibility. I have to follow the same similar nature of path in certain type of urban structure. Next is gridiron type of urban structure. Here each grids are of Here, each grid formed a cell, and these cells of the gridiron type are formed by the preliminary road network. Here, community and the district centers are placed within these cells, you can see here, and the household concentrates are independently on the regional centers. These regional centers are located at the intersection of this main road, and you can easily accommodate the trips here within this sector. The examples are again New York, Barcelona, Washington DC and Chandigarh. These are the gridiron type of urban structure. And at last, linear type of urban structure. Here, the service centers are provided in a hierarchical levels, and these are planned along the corridors. This hierarchy is regional level, or you can say regional centers, then district centers, and at last the community centers. So this is how this hierarchy has been distributed along a single corridor. The household activities or households are concentrated on these community centers, and the non-households are serving the employment which are placed in the peripheral area or which are the outside of this area. This network is worked out by combining the mass transportation and the pedestrian scale. It has the limited roads and commercially viable public transport. For example, Mumbai or Hong Kong. These cities were developed just because of geographical limitations. So this is what the urban forms and urban structure. I'm ending this session. I hope you have learned these theories. Thanks for watching this video.